You're not a baddie, is what I said to someone recently. And they said, oh my God. And I was like, you said, like I said, you were ugly. I said, you're not a baddie. Baddie was always just one end on the gender performance spectrum. It was never supposed to be the whole thing. I don't care what you say. Everybody was not meant to have sticky, wet edges and scheduled facial expressions. Everybody knows what the cuties are. The cuties are the ones that come into the room and they add to the room. The cuties love to be needed. They love to be loved. And they love to add. And the baddies got a whole different thing going on. Wealth signaling, aesthetic intimidation, luxury goods, body posturing to give you the body smoking cigarette. Cutie slogan is make yourself lovable enough to be chosen, and the baddie slogan is make yourself untouchable enough to do the choosing. It's very simple, really. Before we go any further, yes, this is a man and woman's business because, well, the man has eyes. Regardless of how you want to see it, both are a trauma response, okay? The baddie is born of self-preservation or a villain arc from some traumatic event that made them feel like, yeah, they need to just be on top of every situation. Are you following? Because this is why I say everybody cannot be a baddie. The cutie method has always been around since Nietzsche defined it as weaponizing femininity all the way up until women had to take traditional roles in royal courts. And the real trauma about the beautiful lore of the baddie is that it was born out of a need to survive in male-dominated spaces and industries, if we're being honest. But either way, both have their pros and their cons, and they're both very much social contracts. Now, if you think about it, the cutie obviously definitely has way more freedoms, and the baddie is constricted to, like I said, scheduling facial expressions like 3 times a day. Like, if they laugh, they're like, because society is constantly judging them and because they platform themselves to hold up this high esteem position in which they use to ultimately protect themselves, because the baddie views vulnerability as somewhat being mistaken as a weakness. And again, it goes on and on. The cutie is ultimately oxytocin in human form. They believe more expression is more togetherliness, and more loveliness is more, and more relatability is how we spread love. And ultimately, their power, their real power, the real power of the cutie is in making everybody feel needed. And once everybody feels needed, the cutie is the need. Again, both have their pros and their cons. Choose wisely when you say you want to be one of these aesthetics, but you must understand one of them robs you of the ambiguity and the adventure that is life. I'm not going to say which one, but I'm sure you're smart enough to put that together.